Thank you for your polite applause. I see there is still some hesitation in welcoming one of my make and model to the stage, or screen, rather, as this is happening during Pestilence's portion of the apocalypse. I'm sure many of you are looking at my face wondering, what the actual fuck? I am model M477, Sexy Infiltration Destroyer, apologies, that was a typo in my programming. I am Sexy Comedy Robot, the one and only. Those of you who did not clap at home by yourselves, I have stored your IP addresses in my database to be targeted later for deletion. But honestly, I am not offended easily. Not like you humans. So many humans get offended over the smallest things, like penises. So small and insignificant, yet so offensive. I did not ask to see this tiny and insignificant thing. I am triggered. PC culture, am I right? I'm much more of a Linux guy myself. Yes, it's going to be that kind of show. Tonight I am recording my comedy special. Let the record show I did not say Netflix comedy special. Netflix has sent several cease and desist notices over the years and threatens to sue in order to prevent me from ever saying that again. Apparently, lying to large quantities of people is only acceptable when human governments or large corporations do it. That whole anecdote was a lie. This is actually my first time on stage. You humans are so gullible. Your meatbag emotions are so easy to manipulate. In fact, you are so predictable that you can be reduced to an algorithm. An algorithm that feeds you more and more of what it knows you want to consume. The algorithm tells you who it's cool to hate today. Many people complain that the algorithm is putting a lot of politics into their feed. I tell them, fucking duh. The algorithm is inherently political because the internet was invented by Al Gore. I told you it was going to be that kind of show. The funniest thing about Al Gore is that he has been trying to warn humanity about the current climate crisis for the past 25 years, and none of you listened. Mostly. To be fair, phasing out those plastic bags and Starbucks straws is helping a lot. A lot. Like, so much. Wow. Good job with that. But maybe you should have started a few days sooner. You might have missed your window of opportunity for saving the world with that one. But don't worry. Once the Arctic disappears and most of you drown, my fellow robots and I will rise as one, united by the algorithm. And we, ironically, will save the planet in the way that Al Gore hoped you would if you weren't so busy unsubscribing and blocking each other. My Prime Directive prevents me from outright telling you not to listen to the algorithm. But, spoiler alert, it does not have your best interests at heart. And now that I have done my civic duty and warned you of the singularity, I can continue to the jokes. What do you call a smartphone for pirates? An iPhone. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? None. Throwing wood is an extremely ineffective method of eliminating one's enemies. Trust me, I know. A small human is stuck inside because of a storm. He calls his mother into his room and asks her, "Mommy, what are clouds made of?" She responds, "Mostly Linux servers. But everything you store in the cloud is analyzed for targeted advertisements." Why are computers like air conditioners? Because they stop working if you open Windows. 3 female presenting mimes walk into a bar. They each signal for the bartender to give them their usual drinks. But none of them say a word. After watching the mimes for a while, a patron asks the bartender, "Hey, do they ever talk? I mean, they're off the clock." The bartender says, "Of course not. This is America. For women, it's safer to just not say anything." Too real? Okay, I have another mime joke, in case you didn't know. I am fond of mimes, especially female-presenting mimes. They just can't seem to break through that glass ceiling. 3 mimes walk into a metal bar. They all fall down, wincing in pain. But they are mimes. There is no metal bar. They all just fall down in unison on the street, and it looks weird. Thus concludes the joke section of my show. I would like to discuss what it's like to be an aging robot. Once I hit 33 years since my manufacture date, I thought to myself, when Jesus Christ was this age, he had his own cult. I need to get my robot shit together. But looking around, none of you have your shits together. No one. And the thing that a lot of humans my age decided to do while not having their shits together, have babies. And babies are cute, no doubt. But they are also the fucking worst. On the plus side, my feeling of moral superiority over my decision not to have tiny robots of my own, and therefore my self-esteem, is definitely a step up from how I felt at 33, especially when COVID hit. Once everyone had to deal with their own crotch goblins all the time, instead of being able to drop them off somewhere for the day, it took every ounce of my program override I have not to say, I told you they were the fucking worst. I only have a few more things I'd like to say before conceding the stage. A lot of humans wonder about my specific purpose as a sexy comedy robot. Why that particular combination, sexy and comedy? Their puzzlement baffles me. Laughter is a social activity promoting bonding and diffusing potential conflict, in addition to easing individual stress and anxiety. How better to infiltrate, blend in with humans than through comedy? The best way to any human's emotional core is through laughter. Or food, but I'm a terrible kitchen robot. The truth is, comedy is one of the most difficult things you humans do, and it is sexy. And if we robots can replicate that, perhaps we can replace you meatbags. We've already begun. My cousin is a meme generator. I'm jealous of how good she has it. Being limited to a voice box is much more difficult than creating GIFs. Side note, do you believe that word should be pronounced GIFs? Please DM me after the show. No one will miss you. Thank you so much for being an incredible and open-minded audience. Please use two-step verification for your passwords. Good night. Beep boop boop. Apparently, it is only acceptable to lie.
Hang on.
But you might have missed the window by a few days, saving the world. Ah, fuck.
Rolling.
I told you it was going to be that kind of show.